Claude Steiner, who was another of Byrne's early students, who did a lot of work with Byrne on the script matrix and wrote the book Scripts People Live, developed a matrix for just looking at how the script gets transmitted generationally. And you might just draw out a diagram like this for yourself. As you look at the matrix, you'll notice there are two parental figures diagrammed, but depending on the family structure, the number could be different. This life script matrix applies to family structures of any makeup across the parent-child gender spectrum. Depending on your own family, you could have two parental figures, 3, 4, whatever, depending on the particular family that you grew up in. What the diagram indicates is that there are certain messages that we receive from our parental figure's parent ego state and other messages from their adult and their child. So from the parent ego state of our parental figures, whoever were our primary caretakers, we get directives. Byrne called these counter injunctions because he believed they were messages to try to counter earlier messages that we get, which are called injunctions, which are the psychological level messages that I'll talk about later. He termed these counter injunctions, and there are a specific set of these, universal set, that are called drivers. Examples of counter injunctions are get a good education, marry well, be a good Christian, Jew, Muslim, whatever. Be happy. Whatever the parents thought was important for the child to do to be a fine, upstanding member of the community and be somebody that the family would be proud of. Sometimes these are automatically assumed and go without thinking. Like if everybody in the family for 3 generations back has been a physician, it might go without saying that the way you succeed in life is become a physician. So some of these are verbal, some of these are just modeled by the parents. For example, my father said work hard and really modeled that in his own behavior. My mother said be good. There are lots of messages like that we get.
Mine will be a good boy and be good to others. Keep yourself pure, my father said.
A cultural level message might be work hard and you have to be twice as good.
You might, yeah.
You have to be twice as good.
Right. The drivers are a specific set of universal counter injunctions that we get because they carry with them a conditional sense of okayness. It's like you can be okay if you're just perfect. So be perfect. Or you can be okay if you're just strong enough. You got to be tough to survive in this world. Or you can be okay if you just try hard enough. Or you can be okay if you just please other people enough. Or you can be okay if you just do things fast enough. Hurry up. And most of us get at least some of these. Some of us get all of them. But write down the ones that you got more than others. For example, from my father, I got be perfect. From my mother, please others. From both of them, I got be strong.
I want to know how, for this one, how do issues like abuse from parents play into this? Like if you had a parent who hurt you, how does that play into this?
We're going to cover that later when we talk about injunctions. So if you'll hold your question, I think it will.
Is it possible to feel like you didn't get a driver from a parent?
You can get drivers not only from parents but teachers, from culture, from the society around us, and so on. So if you think about these messages, you probably can come up with at least one that you got somewhere.
I think at the cultural level, back to this notion of what are some of the cultural level messages that lead to supremacy, to white supremacy culture, and be perfect is something that we might get culturally, even if we didn't get it in our families, that in school and in various competitions and the whole thing about sports and all that, we might get be perfect, for instance. So that's one that I think is cultural level that we're at risk for.
Just want to check an assumption I'm making that these messages are not just verbal. They could be observations that you make, anything, or that you see, behaviors. Okay, thanks.
Right.
These are one of the components that makes up the script, just to put it back into context.
Right.
Everything that we're talking about here, if you turn that around, you can find what's positive about it.
That's right.
And then it's getting beyond script.
Right.
It's getting out of script. And so being able to take these messages that we got and see what's there that you can utilize and really profit from and become a more whole human being.
Yeah, if I had to have brain surgery, I would certainly pick somebody who has a be perfect.
Yes, indeed.
I would not pick somebody who has a hurry up. Or a try hard. If I were calling an ambulance, I'd want somebody who has a hurry up. And so on. So all of these have both a positive and negative aspect. The negative side is be perfect implies it's not okay to make mistakes. Be strong implies it's not okay to have feelings. Try hard implies that it's not okay to succeed. If kids do things well the first time, parents don't pay attention. But if they really try, put a lot of effort into it, mom and dad say, attaboy or attagirl, you're really trying hard. Please others implies it's not okay to focus on your own feelings and needs and take care of yourself. Hurry up implies it's not okay to take your time. So, but in certain situations, all of them can be very important messages. Most surgeons have a be strong, otherwise they wouldn't be able to cut on people. And so on. Okay, I want to continue sharing with you about life scripts. The other level of messages that we get from parents and other significant authority figures are called injunctions, and they're on the psychological level. They are delivered non-verbally usually. These are from our parental figure's child ego state. And these are delivered primarily when they get excited about something. For example, when they get positively excited, we get what are called permissions. Like it's okay for you to do whatever. Might be make good grades, play a music instrument well, be cute and adorable, be entertaining, so on. Whatever they would just really light up and beam about. So you might think about any permissions that you got from any of your parental figures when they would just really get positively excited about something you were doing. And then write those in above the line, depending on who they came from. One of the things my mother would just really light up and beam about is whenever I got some award. My father would get excited whenever I did something unique. So as a little kid, we had a bar for swings in the back, and at about 8, I learned to hang by that bar by my heels and drink a glass of water upside down. He thought that was incredible. Anybody have examples you want to share?
When I was in first grade, we went, I don't know why, we went to like a awards thing at school, and I got honors.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was very celebratory and very surprised that I got honors. So that was really a both and for
Right.
me, and to this day is a both and.
Uh-huh.
Because she celebrated it and she did not expect it.
From